These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off here with Militiaman has an article, quote, U.S. Treasury takes control of Iraq's central bank to combat money laundering. Militiaman says they said that on August 3rd. It's confirming the U.S. Treasury Department has taken permanent headquarters in the Central Bank of Iraq building. Why in the world would they do that if it wasn't something important? They're going to put the fire under them. Quote, the central bank was forced to allocate. Militiaman says those are pretty heavy words, powerful. Moving on to Claire article, quote, trade discusses the mechanism for Iraq's ascension to the World Trade Points Federation. Quote, the private sector development department discussed with the Departments of Foreign Economic Relations and Administrative and Financial Affairs at the Ministry of Trade the mechanism for Iraq's ascension to the Federal Union of World Trade Points, the legal procedures for joining, and the benefits of that the Iraqi sectors will obtain. All right, Mountain Goat article, quote, banks of powerful politicians affect exchange rates. Iraq faces international pressure. The U.S. Treasury is now parked in the CBI building, is not going anywhere until the dollar sales is controlled and the parallel rate matches or is very close to the dinar rate. This move by the U.S. Treasury was so that they could move to the next step of the currency reform, so it is a very positive thing for us investors. Sandy Ingram says Iraq just delayed the U.S. group exit. It's a big deal. Iraq has chosen to delay the announcement of a departure date for the U.S.-led military coalition. This comes amidst escalating tensions between Israel and Iran. Currently, around 2,500 U.S. troops remain in Iraq. This delay in setting a withdrawal date underscores the Iraqi government's challenging position amidst internal and external pressures. Stay tuned for more updates as this situation continues to unfold. All right, Breitling says the idea of talking about the governor of the CBI resigning is a big deal. Who knows? They might turn this thing around. We don't expect perfection, but we're done with the money laundering. We're done with the terrorist groups using Iraqi banks. We're sick of it, so we're going to stop it. Republican or Democrat, just so you know, we are going to stop it. Frank 26 question, do you think the lower notes are loaded in the ATM machines? Frank says, do I think it at this moment? No. They would be too vulnerable very soon, in my opinion, though. Lastly, from Militiaman, just because you've been in it for 20 years doesn't mean anything to me. I love you, I care about that, I respect it, but if you're down and out all the time and you're saying, I've heard this before, it's not true, don't lie to yourself. All this data we're having right now is fresh, it's new, it's totally different than it was 20 years ago, 10 years ago, since Sudani got in office. Everything we're showing is in black and white. A lot of people out there have a darn good idea that change is coming.